Lord, in your presence I place myself at this moment, trusting that you are the God who sees beyond the visible, who knows the depths of my being, my heart and my mind thoroughly. Before you I present this anguish that sometimes assails me, a feeling of helplessness when memories once so clear and accessible seem to slip away like sand through my fingers. This fog that settles in, the sudden blank that emerges in crucial moments, the difficulty in recalling what I know I've learned, the persistent forgetfulness of tasks and commitments, all of this intertwines with anxiety, a heavy burden that seems to obscure my very identity, undermining my confidence and my peace. It is not merely an occasional lapse in memory. I feel it has become a pattern, a vicious cycle where the worry about forgetting fuels the anxiety itself, creating a labyrinth from which escape seems impossible. The experience is real and palpable. It is akin to being on the verge of an important answer, the information residing somewhere within the vast library of my mind, yet the door to it remains locked, and the key lost, whether in a significant conversation, where the right words elude me, or in a moment of reflection where a detail crucial to understanding a situation evaporates. The sensation is humbling and frustrating. The promises I have made, the plans I have charted, even the cherished memories I wish to revisit with clarity, all become uncertain under the veil of anxiety. This impacts my ability to function, to feel competent, even to connect genuinely with others, as the fear of being perceived as inefficient or inattentive paralyzes me. I feel I need help, a perspective that transcends mere lamentation, a gaze that can unravel this intricate connection between my emotional state and my cognitive function. This moment is dedicated to seeking from you, Father, the wisdom and strength to navigate this reality. I seek not merely temporary relief, but a profound understanding and a path to healing that restores clarity and confidence. I know that in you resides the truth about my mind and my spirit, and that your grace is sufficient to guide me through this difficulty. May this prayer be an act of surrender, an invitation for your light to penetrate the areas of darkness and confusion, dispelling fears and uncertainties. I ask that you equip me with the necessary serenity to face this experience, and that you teach me to trust not only in my own capabilities, but in your sovereignty over all things, including the intricate processes of my being. Anxiety often manifests as a persistent hum, an internal siren that distracts and consumes my attention, diverting focus from what truly matters. This continuous distraction, this hypervigilance that anxiety imposes, prevents the mind from settling, from processing information effectively, or from accessing memories in an organized manner. It is akin to attempting to read a book amidst a tempest, where each gust of wind scatters the pages and the sound of rain drowns out the words. I believe there is a divine reason for this connection, a purpose in teaching us to depend more on you and to seek rest in your presence. This script aims to explore this specific dynamic, the way anxiety seems to sabotage memory, creating blank spots and generalized forgetfulness. It is not about ignoring anxiety, but about understanding it in the light of faith, seeking from you the resources to confront it and, consequently, to restore mental clarity. It is an invitation for us, together, to unravel the mechanisms of this influence and find a place of peace and lucidity, where our minds can function in harmony with the purpose you have for us. May this journey be one of liberation and renewal, a step towards a life where memory and mind are more aligned with your will. Furthermore, the nature of anxiety, which keeps us in a constant state of alert, directs our cognitive resources towards anticipating dangers, whether real or imagined. This perpetual redirection towards the what if creates an environment of apprehension that hinders the process of memory consolidation. Instead of allowing the brain to effectively process and store new information or fluidly retrieve existing ones, the anxious mind is preoccupied with mapping potential threats. Consider it like a personal navigation system that, instead of charting a course to a clear and safe destination, is perpetually scanning the horizon for obstacles, diverting attention from the path to be followed. It is within this context that the fragmentation of memory becomes more pronounced. The ability to recall a specific detail, an important date, or even the name of someone we know well, can be impaired because the mental energy required for this retrieval is being siphoned off for constant vigilance. Anxiety acts as an attention thief, pilfering precious resources that would otherwise be allocated to the organization and access of information within our minds. The blank spot we experience is therefore not an intrinsic failure of memory itself, but often a direct consequence of this attentional overload and the excessive focus on what might go wrong. Another crucial facet to consider is the impact of rumination. Anxiety frequently ensnares us in cycles of repetitive thoughts and incessant worries. This process of rumination, whether about the past or the future, consumes a colossal amount of mental energy. This energy, if channeled healthily, could be leveraged to fortify the neural connections underpinning memory, thereby facilitating both the storage and retrieval of information. Instead, it is expended in an unproductive loop, leaving scant room for the more serene and focused cognitive activity that memory demands. It is akin to attempting to water a garden, only for all the water to be diverted to extinguish imaginary fires elsewhere. For instance, envision facing a significant presentation, wherein anxiety escalates, triggering concerns about judgment and potential failures. This apprehension may manifest as a lump in the throat and, concurrently, as a mental block. The meticulously prepared information, which was readily accessible moments prior, seems to have evaporated, leaving a void where facts and arguments should reside. The fear of forgetting crucial details, ironically, contributes to those very details slipping away. The brain, in response to the perceived threat posed by anxiety, prioritizes survival, and the retrieval of granular